Okay, so here I go, trying to give guitar lessons.
You?
Yeah, me,
Where?
right here on the phone. I'm gonna try to give guitar lessons just to
Oh,
do something right. So, my name is Joshua, and I play guitar. I play guitar, right? I've been playing for like
9 million years from birth,
from birth, right, or something like that.
almost from birth, watching over the TV.
Yeah, and so I developed okay, music's developed a bit, right? Um, so I had said, I kind of went through some accounts or something like that, and I came down to a conclusion that I'm gonna use this account to do the music. So I'm gonna give lessons, right? If you like the lessons, like and subscribe, and I'll still put them out either way. If you want to learn from me or you want to learn from someone else, it doesn't matter. But I think you'll enjoy learning from me. I don't know why. You might not know why, but there's stuff that I'll cover that you probably won't get in a lesson. Like if you paid and go to college or something like that, you won't get this in a lesson because I've been playing a minimum 15 years. Okay, so I'll begin, right? So this first lesson is on how to hold the guitar, how to position your guitar when you're sitting down, right? When you're standing up, it's a whole different like scope of positioning too. So I'm just gonna cover the basics. This is my guitar. This is a Crescent guitar. So this is the guitar I'm gonna use for the meantime because I don't want to take out my Yamaha. Um, so anyways, let's I'll begin with this, right? So when you learn to play the guitar, when you're learning to play the guitar, let's say you go into the store or you maybe caught a solo from like maybe like Slash or Jimmy Page or maybe those guys from ACDC or freaking you know I forgot his name from Metallica, guy that plays the solos, or you want to be a lead guitarist or you want to be a rhythm guitarist, right? So whatever, you've seen some of these guys, right? Maybe System of a Down or whatever, right? So you listen to them, and for some reason, that guitar just like it spoke to you, right? It spoke to you, and you decided to pick it up, right? You walk into a guitar store or something like that. Maybe nowadays you walk into a Walmart and can buy and can buy a guitar. I mean, it's funny, right? Because the first guitar that I had was an electric guitar. It was the first act, and I bought it from Walmart because that was the only music store I knew around the area. I mean, that was the only store that I knew that had some like a guitar for sale. It was weird, right? But I won't get too into it. It was just like this magical concept of like, oh look, this is the chosen guitar or something like that. And I go, oh, you know what? I'm gonna pick it up because I wanted to. You know, you gotta remember when you get into guitar, it's kind of sound weird, but a lot of dudes get into guitar to pick up chicks and stuff like that. Because chicks come your way if you play guitar and stuff like that. But or like if you're a girl and you pick up guitar, you want to like be surrounded by like people, right? But it depends on your style too, because it's just an individual basis kind of stuff. Anyways, so not to get into too much of this guitar like lifestyle stuff, I'll just get into the basics, right? So today we're learning how to hold the guitar while singing down because to be honest, a lot of the practice you're gonna do is gonna be singing down. If you do practice standing up, that's fine, right? You may be ahead for performance, right? But singing down is probably the most easiest position to be playing the guitar because it doesn't hurt your back. The guitar is not like weighing down on your shoulders when you're standing up. Because when you put the guitar strap and you have a guitar, the guitar weighs down on your shoulders. So like you'll be playing and you can't like you can't really hold your back straight like for like an extended period of time unless you have the strap like this, right? Like the mariachis, they put the mariachis like that and they hold the guitar like that, be straight out their back. because it's about caring for your back. It's care for your back. And I didn't know this. I didn't figure this out till like a couple days ago. But yeah, it's important because I mean, when you're playing, like you decide to start playing, you play. You gotta be comfortable with like how you play, like. But at the same time, you gotta make sure your back isn't stressed out, like because if you stress out your back, you're not gonna be playing for very long before you start feeling the pains in your back, and you're like, "Oh, my back, man, I don't want to play anymore," and stuff like that. And you get mad at the guitar for causing you back pain and stuff. So we're gonna learn about positions sitting down, right? So a lot of these guitarists, like these like newbie guitarists, they see a guitarist playing the guitar sitting on their lap like this, right? They're playing the guitar sitting on the lap like this. Like with electric guitar, whatever, it feels more comfortable because electric guitar, this is acoustic. It's an acoustic guitar. So with electric guitar, you have a less wide of a body, so it becomes a little bit more comfortable. But I don't recommend playing the guitar sitting down like this because you look like it portrays that you're not really into the music. You're just kind of trying to portray that you're a guitarist or something like that. Because if you get once you get like a certain level, ultimately you're gonna want to learn how to play classical pieces on the guitar or very complicated pieces. And this is the style. This is the setting. This is how people set themselves up to play when they're using a pick. I'll be talking about fingerstyle most of the time, but when they use a pick, right? Um, you have a style of guitar, right? You can either do fingerstyle or picking style with the pick, and they're two completely different styles of music because with the pick you can't play certain things that you would be able to play with your fingers with fingerstyle, right? By plucking the strings with your fingers. You've seen them, right? Guys go right, and then there's the one with the pick. So I'm just kind of doing this stuff. So it's kind of, and then this guitar's kind of. Okay, so I can't really like. I don't know why, but it's tuned, and it just. It's tuned, but it doesn't want. Excuse me. It's tuned, but it doesn't want to sound tuned when I start playing the guitar with the chords or something like that. So I guess this guitar is a little bit made more for lead, because you also got to understand that picking out a guitar is important. The first guitar you pick out will dictate a lot of how you progress in your style of playing. So this one's a peanut, right? This one's a peanut. It's almost a peanut, right? It's like a hybrid between a peanut and a concerto guitar, acoustic, right? But the concerto is a little bit more peanut shaped, right? But it's like a concerto peanut guitar or something like that. I don't remember the body name. I'm not gonna get into details with that because I really don't really like. The bodies are good, but technically, when you play guitar, you're gonna have to learn how to play with different body styles, right? So this is what I'm teaching you. I'm gonna teach you the positioning, right? So to go back to it, right? People start off like this, right? If you're gonna play like this, I gotta give you a couple warnings that you're not really gonna be having too much of a easy time learning the stuff. Like you can learn like the chords, but because when you play like this, when you sit the guitar like this, it comes out at an angle away from you, right? So if your arms are not long enough, right, it becomes a problem because you have to hunch with your shoulder, the one that's gonna be on the fretboard. This is the neck, right? On the neck, the one that's gonna be playing the fretboard. You have to hunch, and then you have to hunch as well with this one. So some guitarists, they play like this, right? They be like that, right? right? So they'll be playing this stuff, right? So they kind of make the adjustments. But the point is, you want to have your back comfortable. So if you play like this, you set this like for this guitar, it's comfortable to sit it like this. You know, it sits secure on my lap, right, like this. But to play it, it's not that secure because if I have my back straight, I have to like reach and my wrist comes like weird, like it gets stuck. So you want to have like your wrist to be like this a little bit, kind of flat, so you could do like more like intricate stuff. But when you put the guitar like this, you restrict your fingers, right? So you go into a different kind of grab. You grab the guitar a little bit different. Instead of grabbing it with your thumb on in the middle of the neck, you grab it with your thumb like this, or a little bit over the neck, right? And so that's why it comes out like this. And see, it puts a strain. It also puts a strain on your shoulders, right? Because you have to kind of hunch a little bit more. You have to hunch a little bit more to get the fretting like easier, right? See, if I hunch like this, if I'm playing like this, then I can play like I can play this stuff a little bit easier. But if I keep my back straight and position, so that my back doesn't give out while I'm playing, it becomes harder to play. It becomes harder to play. So you get strained. I get strained on my fingers, right? So ultimately, only in this position, the lower strings are easier to play, which are with lower chord strings. I mean higher chord strings because these are the bottom string. It's weird, right? Because you got the top strings looking up to you are the bottom strings, but the bottom strings looking down away from you are the top strings. And it's weird, right? It's just guitar stuff, and so it becomes easier just to play the bottom. But it also takes it's also harder to play it because I I'm restricted. My fingers are restricted to the movement. I can't unless I hunch over or like go deeper like that, then I could spread my fingers out, and cover five or six frets, right? 5 frets distance. But if I stand up like this, my fingers contract, so I only cover four, and the four that I cover are like barred, right? But if you go up the neck to higher notes on the neck, it becomes easier, right? Because you don't even have to hunch. Like it becomes your your forearm elongates as you travel up the neck, right? So it allows your fingers to be a little bit more free. So that's why I don't recommend this one. But if you're really gonna get into serious guitar playing, you want to go with singing the guitar classically, right? So I don't have the stand, so I can lift up my knee and place it better, right? So I gotta do it with the flat floor, with the even floor. So and position it classical style. Position the guitar in between your legs, like this, right? Something like that. So then with the guitar and the body and stuff like that, you have to adjust certain things. This is why I kind of like tighter pants or like pants that aren't so like wide in the crotch area are a little bit more easier to be playing guitar with, and this becomes easier. So now you know your hand goes over easy, and then your fingers are allowed to spread. Right? And then you're allowed to be able to play more intricate pieces, right? Even like you could even in classical position you can also adjust your fretting hand to move the thumb over, so whatever feels more comfortable playing for you. So whatever you feel more comfortable playing, like if you like chords, it becomes easier to move the your thumb around on the back of the back of the neck. Right? So you're gonna need that. So when you're playing and doing runs and stuff like that, you have the fanning or the liquidity of your hand and your fingers, right? But if you play like this, you're restricted. You know, you can't. You'll be more focused on trying to like hit the strings than actually playing, right? So it becomes harder. But when you do that, you position it. You know, you have to make sure that it's like securely squared on your to your chest. You pull it up to your chest. The body has to be touching like your torso. You don't you don't have it like away like this. Put it too close to your chest. And what you do with your, you know, in this case, because I'm playing with the right-handed guitar, if it was left-handed, it'd be your left thigh, right? But you kind of have to adjust the opening or the position of your thigh so that the guitar sits a little bit, so that the fretboard is the neck comes closer to your face, because that makes it playing easier. Right? So you have to kind of like gauge where the body of the guitar. You have to make sure where it sits better. And that's it for this lesson. And this is the lesson on how to position your guitar while sitting down to practice and play. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.